Hello all, welcome to our channel Global Take Learn. In previous videos, we have seen how to prepare a data by using various transformations and create a data model. Now we will see how to plot different visuals and get meaningful and informative insights from this raw data and create interactive and visually appealing reports. Go to the Power BI desktop and let's take the overview of report view. Here you can see on the right side data pane is available, which contains the list of queries which are available in our data model. Then we have visualization pane. It's showing different visual types we can use to plot the analysis. Then filter pane where we can apply report level, visual level or page level filters. Then on the top ribbon we have certain options available which we can use while plotting visuals, which we'll see as we'll proceed into the demo. Then at the central pane, we can drag the visuals from the visualization pane and create our report. At the bottom, we have the page option available. We can add multiple pages to our report by clicking on this plus icon. Now let's check the data and see what type of analysis we can perform on this data, and accordingly we'll plot the visuals. So go to the data view, and here you can see we have a customer wise, geography wise, product wise, sales amount available with us. And in customer table, we have a customer name, customer type. Then in the geography table, we have continent, country, state, city, and province. Then if I check the data for the product, we have product category, subcategory, product, and product segment. Fact sales, we have a sales amount available with us. If you can see on this data, we can plot certain visuals which I have listed down in this notepad. So we can get the sales comparison across different products. We can get the sales amount over time, and we can get the sales contribution by each category. So likewise, there are certain analysis which are noted down here and which will perform by plotting the different visuals. Now let's start with our report. The first analysis which we have to perform is sales comparison across product. Whenever we have to do the comparison, bar chart or column charts are the best option. So let's select a column chart from a visualization pane. So in the report view, click on the cluster column chart and the visual will appear on the canvas. So in this we have to perform product wise sales comparison. So we need columns product and sales amount. So in x-axis, let's select product from product table. Y-axis, let's select sales amount. Simply click on the column and drag and place it on the y-axis. So now you can see here we are getting the comparison of the sales between different products. Like for the blueberry, sales is more than a track pants. Now let's start with the formatting of this chart. You can see the titles for x-axis and y-axis is coming as product and sum of sales amount. If we need to change this title on x-axis and y-axis, so simply double click on the x-axis and you can rename the column. So let's rename product as a product name and sum of sales amount as sales. So now you can see the title of the x-axis and y-axis has changed. Also, you can notice that even though we have changed the names of column on x-axis and y-axis, it is not impacting the original column name. Original column names are the same as it was in the data model. So changing these column names on x-axis and y-axis will only impact the titles which are coming in the chart. Also, when you right click on the sales amount column, which is a numeric column, various aggregation methods are coming. So now sum is selected. If we want to see the average of sales amount, select the average aggregation method. And now in the chart, it will show the average of sales amount. When you hover over the column name which is present on the x-axis, it will show you which aggregation method is applied on this column and from which table this column is taken. So now you can see here on y-axis, even though we have renamed it to sales, it is showing me it is coming as a sales amount from a sales table. And the aggregation method applied on this column is average. Similar is the case for x-axis. When you hover over this x-axis column, it will show you that it is coming from product table and the column name is product. Now let's change this sales amount aggregation method to sum as we want to see the sum of sales amount. Now let's do some basic formatting on this chart. So select this chart and go to the format options in the visualization pane. When you expand this x-axis and y-axis option, various formatting options which we can apply on x-axis and y-axis will appear. So suppose for this x-axis, we don't want to show this title product name. So turn off this title option. Now you can see the title has gone. Let's change the font of this x-axis column. And on the y-axis, let's hide the title for y-axis also. Now if you scroll down further, other options are coming. For example, select this column option and here you can see we can change the color for this bar which are appearing here. By default it is coming in blue color. If you want to change the color, we can select from this palette, click on the more option and we can select the color as required. Now you will see the selected color is applied on all the bars. If I want to individually change the color of this bar, so click on the show all option, turn it on and you can see for all the bars coloring option is available. So individual color we can change it from here. Then we also have a data label option. When you expand this option and turn the setting on for the data labels, you will see data labels are appearing on individual bar. That means whatever is the sales amount for blueberries, it is coming on the top of this bar. Similar is case for the different products. To format this data labels, we'll scroll down further and here we'll have the formatting options available. Let's change the value option for this data label, change the font and also set the decimal places to 2. So now you can see the data labels are available with the decimal points. As we are already showing the data labels on each bar, we do not need to show the values which are coming on y-axis. So to hide these values, go to the y-axis setting and turn this off. So now you will see we are having product wise all my sales amount. Back to the report. So this is my visual which is coming on my canvas. Now to change the title for this report, in the visualization pane, go to the general option under formatting. Let's give it a title as product wise sales. Title formatting we can perform here. Let's change the font. Increase the font size. We can change the color of this font from here, and also the alignment. Make it as a central align. Now in this properties, here we can set the height and width of this chart. So I want to change the height. So suppose I want the height as 250 only. So I have changed the height. So now you can see the height of this chart has changed. Similar is case of width. Let's set it as a 700. So now our product wise sales chart is ready. Now let's move to our second analysis, where we have to show the sales amount trend over time. So the chart types which we can use to show the trends are line chart, area chart, or combo charts. So for this purpose, let's select the line chart. So from the visualization pane, select the line chart option. So suppose we have to show monthly trend for the sales amount. So here on x-axis, select the date, select month column from our date table, and on y-axis we will select the sales amount from sales table. So now you can see we are able to see the month-wise trend here. Again, back to the report. When we check our data in a data model for sales, you can see here we have a data available for year 2018 and year 2019. So in this monthly trend for January month, it is giving us the data for the year 2018 and 19, and this is so on for the rest of the months. Now to segregate this months as per the year, we will need to add a year filter on our report page. So go to the slicer and select the slicer from visualization pane. Let's resize it and move it on the top. And in this slicer, let's select the year column from our date table. Now select the slicer and go to its formatting option. So under slicer setting, different slicer options are available. By default, it is selected as between. So let's keep this filter style as a vertical list. So now you will see we have a year filter also. So when I click on 2018 from this year filter, you can see the monthly trend has changed now. And in this trend, now we are getting the data for 2018 only. So this monthly trend is appearing for the year 2018. If I am selecting 2019, so this monthly trend is appearing for the year 2019. First, let's plot all the visuals which we have to analyze, and then we'll do the placing of these visuals to form a report. Now select the line chart again, and we'll do some basic formatting for this line chart. So go to the format option, and again let's hide the title which is coming for the x-axis. We will show the labels on this trend itself. So go to the setting of y-axis and turn off the title setting, and also turn off the label setting for the y-axis. Now scroll down below and you will see here formatting options for this line is available. From this shape you can change the style of the line which is coming. Either you can change it as a dash line, or dotted line or a solid line. Now to increase or decrease the width of the line, you can increase from here. So if I want to increase, just click on the upper arrow, and if you want to decrease, click on the lower arrow. Then from the color option, we can change the color of the line. Select the line color which is desired. Now to add the marks at every joint which is coming here, marker option is there. When you turn it on, you can see the marks coming on each joint. Expand the setting of this marker, and here we can change the shape of this marker. You can select any desired shape which you want. And this mark size you can increase or decrease from here. Color of the marker, if you want to change, then you can change from this color option. Now to show the data labels on each point of this line, click this data label option on. So now you can see the data label are appearing on each point for every month. Let's do some formatting for this data label. Keep the position as above the point. So now it has changed. And also change the formatting for this data labels. Select as a bold and reduce the font. Back to the report. Now let's give some name to this report. So under formatting, under general tab, we can change the title of this report. So let's rename this as monthly sales trend. And we can do the formatting from here. Make it center align. Change the font color. Keep saving your report whenever you are doing the changes. So our second analysis is also done, where we have to show the monthly trend for the sales amount. So you can see here how my sales trend is going for the months. Now our third analysis is percent-wise sales contribution for each category. To show the proportion or percent distribution, pie chart is effective. So for this purpose, we will select a pie chart. So in our report view, from the visualization, click on the pie chart. So product category wise, sales amount contribution we have to show here. So in the legend, let's select the product category from our product table. And product wise sales amount we have to show. So from sales table, let's select the sales amount value. Let's expand this. And here you can see for different products, what is the contribution for the sales amount is coming here. Also right click on this sales amount. And here you can see here show value as no calculation and percentage of grand total is coming. If no calculation is selected, so you can see here actual value of the sales amount is also coming. So suppose we want to show only the percentage value. So we will select percentage of grand total. So now the percentage is coming. Also in this chart, you can see the legends are coming for the product category, which are showing which color is representing which category. So suppose here dark blue is selected, which is showing for the fruits. So in the pie chart, the portion which is colored as a dark blue is representing the fruits, is representing the fruit category. Similarly for the topware which is showing in the orange, if we'll show this portion which is showing in the orange color, this is representing the topware product category. Now let's do some basic formatting on this pie chart. So go to the format option, and in the legends, if you don't want to show the legends, turn this off. So now you will see the legends are gone. So let's keep it. So let's keep this on, and we can change the position of this legend. So now you will see it is center right, but I want to show it on the top center. So we will select the top center option. Now the title product category which is coming for the legend, turn this off. And to do the text formatting for this legends which is coming, we can do it from here. Now go to the detail label. So here you can see the labels are coming outside the circle. If you want to present inside the circle, so we can select it position as inside. Now the label are containing the data value and the percent value. So which value you want to show on this circle? So I only want to show the percentage of grant. So I am selecting percentage of total only. So now you can see here the percentage value, the contribution of sales amount in a percentage for different categories coming here. Let's do some formatting for these data labels. And also rename the title for this chart as sales distribution by category. Back to the report. So format the title and give it a center alignment. So here you can see product wise sales amount contribution we can see here. Now let's check our next analysis, which is the continent wise sales. So for this purpose, we can use a map chart to visualize geographical data and display the information on the map. To use the map chart, data should contain the geographic information. In data model, if you can see, we have a geography table which contains city, continent, country and province. When I click on this column, you can see the column format options are coming, and the data category which is defined for this continent is unrecognized. So whenever we are using the geographical data and we have to plot a map, we have to define the data category for this geographical data. So for the continent, from data category drop down, select the value as a continent. So map the continent as a continent. Let's do the similar mapping for other columns also. So country, from the data category, map it as a country. State province, map it as a province or state. And city column, map it as a city. So now you can see here in data model for every column which we have categorized. So the map option is also coming in front of this. Now let's go to the report view and select the map chart. So let's add one more page here. And on this page, I am selecting a map chart from the visualization pane. So click on the map chart and it is appearing on my canvas. So here we want to see the continent-wise sales. So in location from a geography table, let's select the continent. We have to show the sales amount. So from sales table, select the sales amount. So here you can see in the data, if I select the geography table, I have three continents with me: North America, Asia, and Europe. And in my chart also, it is showing me North America, Europe, and Asia. Bubble size is representing the total of sales amount. So bigger the bubble size, that means more is the sales for that continent. Now let's do some basic formatting for this map. So go to the map setting and you can change its style. Whichever style is required, you can select it from here. And to do the formatting for the bubble, go to the bubble option. From here, we can increase the size of bubble and also we can change its color. So turn the show all option on and from here we can set the color for each and every bubble. So now you can see all the three bubbles are representing in different colors. Now let's set the title for this report and change the title as continent-wise sales. This is looking better. So in this way, we can plot our map chart. Now our next analysis, we have to provide the detailed information of customer, product, product category, subcategory, and the sales amount. So whenever we have to provide the details, so we should go with either matrix chart or the tabular chart. So we are considering both the charts in this demo. So for this purpose, let's select the tabular chart. So go to the report view and select the table visual. In this table visual, let's add all the required fields in this column section. So we need a customer from customer table. Then from product table, we need product category, product subcategory, and product. And from the sales amount, from the sales table, let's select the sales amount. I'm getting the details of all the fields which we have selected. So here you can see we have a customer wise, product category wise, product subcategory wise, product wise sales amount. Now suppose here I don't want to see the sum. We want to see the value as a percentage of grand total. So when I expand this, you can see here this particular customer for this category, subcategory and product, what is the percentage contribution that is available here. Again, back to the report. Now let's do the formatting for this table chart. Go to the visualization pane and format option. And here you can see we can change the style. We can select the default style or the minimal style. So you can see the style of this table. The way the data formatting is done has changed. Now the grid option, whether we want the horizontal grids or not. So we can select it from here. Now alternate background color. If you want to show the alternate background color, so we will select the background color. So now you can see the alternate background color is coming for these rows. Let's expand this. And in column headers, the column headers which are coming here, if you want to change the column headers formatting, so we can do the column header formatting from here. Select the font size and the font type. If you want to change the color, so we can select the color from here. And its alignment, whether we want the headers to be centrally aligned or left aligned or right aligned. So keep it as a left align. Then the total which is coming on this table, the grand total which is coming on this table. So for that formatting, we can do this formatting option. If you don't want to show the total, so we will turn it off. Now back to the report. So this is my report, detail level report for customer wise, product category wise, subcategory wise, product wise, what is the contribution of sales amount. Now to change the header name, again we'll go to the first tab, that is a build visual tab, and from here we can change the name. So let's give it as a customer, product category, change it as a category. Subcategory, make it as a subcategory. Product subcategory, make it as a subcategory. Then percentage of sales amount, so simply write as a percentage of sales. Now let's see how we can apply conditional formatting on this table. Suppose we have to apply the conditional formatting for sales column. So for simplicity, let's change the sales column from percentage to show the original value. So I am selecting no calculation, and also change the name of the column as sales amount. So when you perform the sorting on this column, clicking on this arrow, we can either sort it ascending or descending. So here you can see the minimum value of sales amount is 2520 and maximum value of sales amount is almost 25 million. So let's apply the conditional formatting in this. Go to the field sales amount, right click on it, and you can see here conditional formatting option is coming. So using the conditional formatting, either we can change the background color or the font color, or we can add the data bars, or we can represent the icons also. So for this example, let's select the background color. As we are applying the rule for the formatting, so from the format style, we'll select the rule option. So now if my sales amount is greater than 2000, and make sure to change this from percentage to number, as we are dealing with the numbers now, and it should be less than equal to 1 million. If it is in this range, then change the background of that sale as a red color. So I am selecting red color. Then add one more rule. If it is between 1 million to 2.5 millions, then mark the background color as yellow. And if it is 2.5 millions to 25 million, then mark it as a green. Click on OK. So now you can see the sale color has changed according to the range which we have provided. So in this way, if you have to apply the conditional formatting on some other column, so right click on the column and then you can apply the conditional formatting. So now our fifth analysis, where we have to provide the detail level information, is done. Again, back to the report. Now let's go to our next analysis. So in the sixth analysis, we have to show total customer count, total sales amount, total sales price, and total quantity sold. So overall customer count and overall sales amount we have to show. So a single digit we have to show here. So for this purpose, we will use the card. So in the visualization pane, select the card option. So first we have to show the customer count. So from the dim customer table, select the customer key column. And you can see here it is showing me the count of customer key, that is 15. So total unique customers which we have is 15. Now let's do the basic formatting for this card. So go to the formatting option. And here you can see various options are available for formatting. So suppose we don't want to show here the label which is coming. So turn off the label. And then in general, go to the title option and give a title as customer count. Do the formatting of this title. Change the text color and make it center align. So now you can see we have the customer count data available with us. So now our next information which we have to provide is total sales amount. So again we have to use the card. So you can do either copy and paste the same card which we have used, and in this remove the value from this field, and instead of that we can add the sales amount. So now you can see the formatting for the customer count is replicated on this second visual also. Go to the general setting and change the title as sales amount or total sales. So rest of the formatting we do not need to do. In this case of total sales, if I go to this value option and the display unit which is coming here, we can change it from here, whether we want to show in a million or billion. So let's keep it as a million. Next we have to show total sales and total sold quantity. So again copy this visual. Here we will select the sales price, and from formatting let's change the title as total sales price. Or just give it as sales price. And next we have to show quantity sold. So select quantity sold and change the title as total quantity. So we got the 4 cards with us. Then our next analysis is sale by category, product and country wise. So I am using again one more tabular form which is a matrix. So here also we have to provide the detailed level of analysis, and this time I am selecting the matrix. So from the visualization pane, select the matrix chart, country-wise. So from geography table, I am selecting country. Then product category wise. So go to the product table and select product category and product. And we have to show sales amount. So in the value section, I am showing sales amount. So let me expand this. Click on the focus mode. So here you can see we are getting this plus icon. When you click on this, so it will show us all the product categories which are coming under this Canada. When you expand it further, so it will show us all the products which are coming under that category. Now suppose we want to see country-wise, product category-wise, product-wise data for each year. So in the column section, let's add a year column from our date table. So I am selecting year and putting it in a column section. So now you can see we have a very detailed level of cross-tabular data available with us. So we can see here we are having country wise what is the sale in 2018, 2019 and what is the total sale. Then in that country what is the sale for the product category, and in that product category what is the sale among different products. Now we will do some formatting on this matrix. So go to the format visual and from the style you can select any style which you want. Grids, if you want to show the grids, horizontal grids, vertical grids formatting, we can do it from here. Now from the column header and row header, we can perform the column header and the row header formatting. Expand the column header and we can change the font style and font size for the columns. Change the text color and the alignment. If you want it to be centrally aligned, left aligned or right aligned. So let's keep it as a left align. Then go to the row header setting and from here we can change the setting for the rows. Change the text color. Now here under row header you will have the plus minus icon setting. Plus minus icon is the icons which are coming here when we are expanding it and when we are collapsing it. Don't want to show this option as expand and collapse, so we will turn this off. Now you can see that option is gone. Again go to the option setting and here the step layout option is there. So now you can see the steps are forming for the country, then we are having product subcategory and then we are having the product. So if you don't want to show the steps, so turn this off. So now you will see we have Canada wise, we have country wise, product category wise, product wise, yearly sales amount available with us. In the matrix, you can add the rows and columns and get the value which you want to print. And also, like in this case, we are taking the sales amount. So you can see the product category wise sales amount total is also available and the country wise sales total is also available. Whereas in a tabular, if I open the tabular report, you can see here only one option is available to add the column. So it is forming a table structure and the total which is coming, it will come at the end only. Product wise or the country wise total if you have to see, so we cannot show that here. So depending on the requirement, you can select between the tabular chart or the matrix. Now the next analysis is sales amount by product segment. And to To perform this analysis, we have selected the donut chart. Donut charts are useful whenever we have to represent the proportional contribution of data. It is very similar to our pie chart. So let me add one more page here, and from the visualization select a donut chart, and in this, as we have to see product segment by sales amount. So from the product table, select the product segment column, and in the value select the sales amount. So here you can see, so it is showing us what is the sales amount contribution between the different product segments. You can see the legends here. Now let's do the formatting for this also. So go to the format option, legends, set it as a top left, top center, and title, turn this off. Text, do the formatting for the legends. Here where we want to show these values. So let's position as inside, and the label must contain only the percentage of total. Now change the title. So give the title name as sales contribution by segment or segment by sales contribution. Change the font of this heading. Make it center aligned. Change that color. So donut chart is also used to see the proportional contribution of the sales amount. So in this demo, let's see how we can use the gate chart also. So for this, we are performing the customer count analysis to show in a gate chart. So again, go to the report view, and from here, let's select the gate chart. So when we should use the gate chart? We can use the gate chart to show the performance against the target. So here I am showing the customer count. So select the customer key value, and now it is showing me the customer count as 15. Now in this data model, I don't have the minimum value, maximum value, and target value field for this customer count. So keep it as it is. So go to the format option and expand the gauge axis setting. So here you will see it has automatically calculated the minimum value and maximum value and also the target value. But suppose I have to write an expression for the target value. So click on this and you can write here the expression, and if any manual number I have to enter, so we can enter that. So suppose we are giving the target count as 10. So you can see here we have total 15 customers and our target of the customer which we have set is 10. So this is the target line which is coming here, and we are crossing the target. So we have already met the target for that. But suppose if I am selecting the target as 20, so you can see here my target pointer has changed, and the customer count which we have achieved till now is 15 only. So it is lacking behind the target. So in any case where we have to show the performance against the target, so in that case we will use the gate chart. So let's use it as it is and change the title of this chart. Change the title as customer achievement chart, customer target achievement. So using the gate chart, we can find out whether we have achieved our target or not. Now the next analysis which we have to perform is sales amount versus target. Whenever we have to evaluate the current value against the target value, so we go with the KPI. So for this analysis, we have selected the KPI visualization. So in the report view, select the KPI chart from the visualization pane. Now under this KPI, you can see we have the three options: value, which we have to evaluate, then trend, which trend we have to show here, and the target value. Go to our data view, and here you can see in the product sales target, we have month-wise, product-wise target available with us. So in the KPI, let's evaluate sales amount. So select sales amount and place in a value column. Then we have month-wise target available with us. So from date, let's select month. So we will get the monthly trend of this sales amount. And in the target, let's select target value from the product sales target. Then from this formatting option, we can do formatting on this KPI, value formatting, the icon which is coming here, then trend axis, the trend axis which is coming in KPI, if we want to show the trend in KPI or not. So now I turn this off, so you can see trend is not coming. Then in the direction, two options are coming: high is good and low is good. So now we are evaluating the sales against target. So if we have achieved the sales over the target, so it is good for the organization. So in this case, let's select high is good. Then we can set colors from here. If we have achieved the target, let's mark it as green. For the neutral, let's mark it as yellow. And for the bad, let's keep it as red. The target label which is coming here, if you want to show it or not, so that formatting we can do from here. And then date, if I turn this option, you can see the value which is coming in the KPI is for which month, as we are showing here monthly trend. Now back to our report. Now let's validate the data for this KPI. So add one slicer for year, select its style as vertical, and one more slicer as month. So these are the two slices I have added just for a data validation. And let's add one table also, where month-wise sales amount we will show. So now let's select the year 2019 and month December. So here you can see, let me open this. What was the goal? Goal was 4.32 million. Back to report, and let's go to our data view. And here you can see for year 2019 December, we have a target 4.32 million. And in this tabular report, you can see for December 2019, the sales amount was 7.6 million. So in the KPI, you can see the sales amount for the December month, which is the current month, is 7.6, and our target set for that month was 4.3. So we have already crossed the target. So that's why this color is coming in green. So let's delete all these filters which I have added here. And this analysis also. So in this way, we can use KPI to evaluate our current value against its defined target. Now, the next chart which we are considering for this demo is a decomposition tree, which is used for the root cause analysis. So here, sales amount we have to show in the decomposition tree option. So select the decomposition tree from this visualization. So how we can use this? In decomposition tree, what we have to analyze? So let's analyze the sales amount. And how we have to analyze, by which attributes we have to analyze this. So in the explain section, let's select country. So country wise, then customer wise, and product wise, I have to analyze this sales amount. So now you can see I am getting the total value of sales amount. And here you are also getting the plus icon. When you click on this, whether you want to go higher value or the lower value of sales amount or by any particular attribute. So let's go by the high value. Canada has the highest sales amount, then Poland, then USA, and then India. Now again click on this plus icon in the Canada, and this let's select the product. So when you click on this, so it is showing me Canada wise which are the products which are giving me highest sales amount to the lowest sales amount. So in this way decomposition tree works. Then suppose for this product, if I want to see the customer, so we can select the customer. So now you can see for the blueberries who are the customers which are contributing in the sales. Now we have plotted all the visuals which are required, and now we will arrange these visuals and will create our report. And now we have to rearrange these objects. So let me add one more tab here and give this tab as a sales trend. And rename this tab as a sales trend. And so consider this as our first page. So here you can see we have added one year filter and some of the visuals. So let's take this slicer and put it on the sales trend. Go to the view, and from here you can change the page size. So I don't want it as an actual page. I want to fit my report within the width or fit to the page. So let's select fit to the page option. So here I have a year filter, and let's add one more filter as a month. So again I am selecting a slicer, put it here, and in this slicer let's select the month column. So now you have January, February in the vertical list. Change its setting and select the option as style. Turn off the header. So this is year and this is month. Also, as you can see here in our analysis, we have plotted report depending on the product category, segments and all. Suppose we have to add the filters to our report for a customer name or for the country and the product. So again, just select this filter, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copy it. It will copy the formatting from the previous slicer. And in this, change it as a country. So go to geography table, and from there let's select the country. Let's add one more slicer here, and in this let's add product. So product is added. one more way to copy the formatting of previous slicer. So simply select the slicer and click on the Format Painter option and apply it on here. So whatever formatting we have applied on this slicer is applied on the product slicer also. Let's add one more slicer for the customer. Now you can see here my filter is getting selected. So to remove the selection, you will get here clear selection option. Click on that and your filter is getting clear. And when you go to this filter option, it will show us if any value is selected in that filter. So we have added year filter, country, product, customer name and our month. On this page, let's first add all the cards which we have created. So we have this customer count, sales, quantity and sales price card. So select this and place it here. Now from the first page, let's select this product wise sales. And this monthly sales trend. Now let's select this decomposition tree which we have created and also place in the sales trend page. Save the report. Add one more page and rename it as distribution. And in that page, let's select this map chart. And the KPI. And all the pie chart, gauge chart which we have created, we'll put it here. Now add one more page as analysis. And the table and matrix chart which we have prepared, we will add that here. So select our table chart and the matrix chart. Now let me remove these pages. So we got all the analysis which we have created. Now let's do the formatting. So first select all the slicers. and go to the format option, and here you will get the option of alignment. So select it and left align the object. When you click on this filter option, you can see which are the filters which are applied on this report. So from year, nothing is applied, but from country, customer name and product, the values are selected. So clear the values. Now one more thing you can see here. Here we are showing the month-wise trend. But if I am selecting a January month, so in the trend I am getting the data for January only, which is not recommended because here we have to show the month-wise trend. So interaction between the month filter and the trend line visual, we have to make it as none. So select this visual for month, go to the format option, and here we'll get the option of edit interaction. Select edit interaction and you can see on all other visuals circle is coming. Okay, so now we have to edit the interaction between this particular slicer and monthly trend. We want whenever I am selecting a month, it should not affect the monthly trend. So just mark this option as none. So now you will see whenever I am selecting the month value, all other visuals are getting updated, but not the monthly trend analysis. So in this way, we can edit the interaction between different objects. Suppose I am selecting the product wise sales and I want whenever I click on the product wise sales, it should not affect the total sale, customer count, price value and the total quantity. So select the product sale. So select the product wise sales analysis and just edit the interaction for these cards and make it as none. So now you will see whenever I am selecting any product in the product wise sales, my decomposition tree and the monthly sales trend data is changing, but data is not changing in customer count, total sales, sales price and total quantity. So in this way, we can set the interactions between different objects, whether it is the slicer or any other visual. Now let's select all these cards. Go to the format option, go to the alignment option and distribute horizontally and also align it to the top. So this alignment is done. Now let's check the alignment for these two objects. Now in this product wise sales, we are getting the sales of all the products which are available with us. Suppose we want to show the top 5 products only in our analysis. So go to the filter option, expand this filter option, and as we have to perform the filter on this particular visual only, so we will select the filter on this visual option, and in this we will select the product name. So we have to see the top 5 products. So select this and go to the filter type, and from here select top n. So show the top 5 products on basis of what value. So I want to see the top 5 products on the basis of sales amount. So select the sales amount and place it in the value option. Then click on apply filter. Now you can see we are getting top 5 products by the sales amount. Go to the next page. Let's align all these objects first. Again go to format, align top and also align horizontally. One more way to match the height and width of the different visual is, suppose this is the visual and we want these two visual also of the same height and width of the first visual. So select this visual and go to the format option, and under general tab you will get the property option. So it is showing me height as 329 and width as 465. So let's make a width as 400 and height as 320. So let's do the same for other visual also. Height 320, width 400. So height 320, width 400. And for the gauge chart also apply the same settings. Again select all these three objects and drag it downward. Now increase the height of this map and of this KPI also. Save the report. Now go to the analysis tab. View tab, and from here we can select the template of our report. By default this particular formatting template is selected. If you want to change, you can change it from here and it will apply on all your reporting. Now you can see the formatting has changed. The color template has changed. If I am selecting this dark theme, so now you can see here the background and the template is changed. So let's select the normal. Okay, this is looking better. Now also from this page view we can set the page size, whether we want our report to fit to page, fit to width, or you want to show the actual size. Mobile layout, if we are creating a report for the mobile users to access it on the mobile, then we'll select the mobile layout. This will cover in some other session. Then here we have sync slicer option. So how this sync slicer will work? So as you can see here, we have added our slicers on first page only. So now if I want, whenever I select the data in my first page, it should also filter the data on my rest of the pages. So I have to sync the slicers with other pages. So select the slicer of year, then select the sync slicer option. So here you can see whether we want to show the slicer on other pages or want it to refresh the other pages, so that we can select here. So let's just select the option of refresh. Now whenever I am selecting data for 2018, you can see here my values are also getting changed. So here as you can see, earlier we had a data for year 2018 and 2019, and after selecting the filter value, it's filtering the data in other pages also. So likewise you can sync the slicers for the different pages. So suppose here this product slicer is selected and go to the sync slicer, and I want this product slicer to work on my last page only and not on my distribution page. So I am selecting the analysis page only here. So whenever my product is selected, so you will see on our second page there is no filtering coming here, but on the third page it is filtering the data. Let's clear the slicers. Save the report. Then what is this filter option? If it is selected, if this filter option is selected, the filter pane is appearing here. Then here you can see we have the option to show or hide this filter from report reader. So when you hide this filter from the report reader, so this filter will available only during the development type. But when we'll deploy this report on the services, this filter will not be available to the users on the services. When to use this filter? So suppose we have to apply the filter on the visual basis or on the page basis or on the report level basis. So let's go to the analysis tab. Let me clear all the filters first. So first let's check what is a visual level filter. So I have selected this first visual, and here we want to show the data for the category fruits. So select fruits, and now you will see when I open it in a focus mode, only the fruit data is available with us. Back to the report, and you can see on other visual the filter is not applied. Here we are getting the other product category data also. So this particular filter is applied on the selected visual only. Then so to clear it, click on the clear filter option. Now we will see what is a page level filter. So when we apply a page level filter, we will get the filter data on all the objects which are available on that page. So let's select product category from a product table. Place it on filters on this page. And from here, let's select the bottom wear data. So now you will see in my first analysis also, I am getting bottom wear data, and in my matrix also it is showing me the data for bottom wear only. So let's remove this filter also. Then our last is filter on all the pages. So it will filter the data on all the pages. Let's select year from date table, and in this filter the data for year 2018 only. So now you will see my data is filtered for year 2018. If I go to other pages also, so you can see the data is filtered. Go to the sales trend page, and here also you can see the data is filtered. In the slicer also you can see only 2018 is present, and in other pages also this filter is appearing. Let's remove this. So in this way we can apply visual level filter, page level filter, and report level filter using this filter pane. If you don't want to show this filter pane, go to the view option and unselect it. So filter pane is not available while designing. Now let's see how we can sort the data. So this is the data available with me. And when you click on this more option for a particular visual, you will get the sort by option. Suppose we want to sort this data as per customer name. So select the customer. And then whether we want to sort it ascending order or descending order, so that we can select it from here. So today we have created a basic sales report for a demo purpose, and in this way we can add multiple pages to our report and use multiple visuals as per the requirement. Save this report and go to the home tab, and there is a publish option. So we can publish this report on the services.